Hello, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video we'll be looking at the Grand Mafia, and I will be updating the Grand Mafia Tier 4 guide, which was released 4 years ago when I was a little bit more skinnier and younger.
I'm just going to give a quick guide for the Tier 4 and
But now, because I'm aging, when you're older, many things change in the Grand Mafia. There's many new features, new ways to upgrade your level, and Tier 4 is not the end game unit anymore. In fact, I think Tier 4 is just the beginning of your Grand Mafia journey. So I would term 10-star troops in the Grand Mafia as a Tier 4.5 before you reach Tier 5, but honestly at this stage I don't think many players would even reach Tier 5 because it's just insane. There's a lot of family currencies that you need for Tier 5, and you definitely need to spend money. To me, end game would be a Tier 4.5, or rather Tier 4 10-star troops, which are already a lot stronger than normal Tier 4 units. So I'll be sharing with you my tips for free players and low spending players. Yes, you heard it correctly. I believe that free players can also get these 10-star troops. Also take note that for this video I would be solely explain how you can speed up your progress to getting your 10-star troops or Tier 4.5 troops, and this method of mine would not increase your combat bars quickly. So if you speed up your progress of Tier 4.5, it is good for you to join raids, but you're not a raider, because all the resources you are spending on is getting your troops to a high star level, which would help in raids but not your personal combat stats. So let us begin. I will share with you some of my tips, and of course, firstly, it is for those low spending players what I believe you should spend on. And usually these are also the things that I spend on. I never spend anything extravagant unless for content wise to buy babes, that is like $100 packs. But apart from that, max $5 packs for me. I don't really spend anything above 5 or at most 20, but it is very rare for me to spend a $20 pack. Like extremely rare, maybe once every couple of months. So what you should be spending on for the Grand Mafia are $5 packs, family currency packs. That is the most important one. So as you can see, I have already bought a $5 pack. Sometimes I don't even buy the $5 pack. I skip on some weeks. So this family currency pack, $5 give you 260 family currencies. The $20 give you 700, which is already losing out on the extra like 300 plus family currencies if you buy 4 $5 family currency packs. So this resets every week, and just buy every week or every other week. It will help improve your progress a lot quicker. But what will improve your process even more would be to buy the Super Saver. And now this Super Saver is even more worth it, because previously for Super Saver they are considered as like special packs, so they don't really contribute to some of the cumulative goal events and stuff like that. But currently this family currency pack or supply pack is considered a normal pack that you buy, which helps you improve your event progress too. So this is really quite worth it. And as you can see, I also have bought this, and from my previous Super Saver you can tell that I have not bought any of the other Super Saver, because if you have bought previously any other Super Saver pack, there will be a renew logo here, but there's no renew logo. So you can tell that I'm genuine in what I believe and what I tell you guys about, which is just to buy this family currency pack. And the next thing that you should spend on is VIP store passes. So why this is so is because you're able to unlock many items that you can buy for a very cheap and discounted price for gold. So that's what I would recommend. But you don't have to buy it every time. Only buy it when you have a lot of gold to spend, probably at least a few 100,000 gold, so that it makes your SVIP pass worth it, as you can buy more discounted items. And also, one thing I would recommend is going to the smuggler and buy packs that would appear, like only the family currency packs, buy that, or speed up packs. But for speed up packs, only buy it if you're new to this game before you get Tier 4. But once you get Tier 4, I'll explain later on, you don't really need to buy too much speed ups, because you will gather a lot of speed ups in other areas of your game. So only buy the family currency $5 pack, or anything lower than $5, there are the $1 family currency packs that will appear too, but very rare. And also lastly, you can buy any other, and lastly you should buy any other packs that is more worth it than the 260 family currency $5 pack. So if that $5 special event pack that gives you more than 260 family currencies, just get that. Without a doubt, that is quite a worth pack to spend your money on. So yes, with that, I have given you all my tips on what to spend on, and if you're not a spender, then you can just follow the rest of my other tips. Second tip, the most important tip that I'll be giving you, is to join an active and strong faction. So the reason why you really want to join a very strong faction, and I think I've emphasized this on many other videos or quite a few other videos, is because you get a lot of faction gifts from Kingpins, and also from people spending money to get the packs onto the faction list. So I can show you right now. If you're joining a very active faction and a very strong faction, you can see that there's a lot of Kingpin challenge gift and a faction purchase gift, and I really have redeemed this gift like 1 hour ago, and I have more gifts to redeem now. But sometimes after a long nights of rest, and when you wake up and play the game, I could reach up to a few hundred of faction gifts to claim, and there's really a lot of rewards. I will scroll down and you can see that there's so many speed ups, other items and resource items, and for Kingpin challenges there are also many different items, and you can get pretty decent speed ups, pretty decent resource as well, and even like grand contracts, Kingpin energy, which is very useful, which is why I recommend you joining a very strong faction. It will really help your growth, and I've many testimonies from different people on how they were in the top tier faction, the top 5, top 10 in the Grand Mafia, and their speed of growth just accelerated multiple times. Apart from this Kingpin and faction purchase gift, there's this special big gift, like grand big gift, elite big gift, that will give you decent rewards, better than the singular gift right in the faction gifts here. So 100% recommend. This is the top tip. If you join a very good faction, the growth will be accelerated a lot quicker, and I think you can get tier 4 within 6 months if you are a free player, but of course for free players it's very difficult for you to get into a strong faction, so that requires a little bit of luck. So apart from factions, I'm going to give you some tips on what you should spend your gold on, and you have not attained tier 4 yet, make sure to spend some gold on building items like Leaker, Shackle and the Handcuff. And if the VIP store comes out, that is the best time for you to purchase these items at a discount. And some other things that you should spend using gold are building permits if you have not gotten your buildings to level 25, and speed ups. But for speed ups, I will only caution you to spend it only in the early stages of the game before you get your tier 4. But following tier 4, and as you progress into the game, it's a lot easier to stack up these speed ups, and in no time you will have quite a bit of speed ups. The thing later on in the game, if you don't have any farm accounts, would be resources. So speed ups, only use gold for speed ups early stages of the game. And lastly, the bulk of the gold where you should be spending on would be VIP store. Right, so next up is to maximize your solo and hell event rewards. I've explained this in my tier 4 Grand Mafia video, but this is only applicable if you have not gotten your tier 4 troops yet, because there are different brackets where you can attain a different set of rewards. So for example, for mention under level 13, it is a separate bracket in itself, and do note that for this bracket, once you achieve the maximum rewards for solo or hell rewards, you are able to be eligible for another set of rewards if you are in the top 100 for your particular event. And also take note that this is not a city-wide bracket, but more of a server-wide bracket, probably of like at least 100 cities, which is why even though city is very inactive and you completed your hell event rewards, you might not even get top 100, because it is not just your city that is in this turf leveling solo or hell event bracket. So once again, these are the solo and hell event brackets, and once you reach a different bracket level, the rewards would change, and also the points that you are required to hit the level 3 reward will also increase, because higher mention means you are able to get more influence. Next on my list of tips will be equipment, and because this is just solely on how you can get your tier 4.5 troops quickly, just get the best investment equipment and the architect's equipment. Make sure you're always equipped with the equipment when you construct buildings or when you start a new investment. And for investment equipment, I'll recommend you to get legacy equipment. For architects, you can just get a mixture of grand and legacy, because buildings in general would build quicker and don't really need a lot of construction time. But for investments, on the other hand, most investments can take quite a long time. So yeah, my recommendation is full legacy for investment and partial legacy for architects. And following that, we have specialties. My next tip is to make sure that you are always in the correct specialties whenever you start construction or investment. So for your UB specialties, make sure you have maxed out your construction and maxed out your investment speed. And also not forgetting that there is governance war specialties, and these specialties are also applicable during your city time and not even in the governance war map itself. For the governance war specialties, only those that is purely stated only works in governance war would work. But for developmental buffs like investment speed, construction speed, and even like reducing training costs and increasing training speed, still works in your ordinary city map. So make sure that your governance war specialties are set correctly so that you reduce time taken for you to progress onto the next level. Right, so once you have covered that basic foundation, let me tell you what to invest. And of course, the most important thing for you to invest is economy and crew for you to get tier 4 first. So that's the first step. What other things that is very good for you to have would be to invest in Kingpin. So first, Kingpin, Babes, most particularly the dates investment, and also the freight truck. And the best way to get resources is of course the newest freight truck, which gives you many good common resources and also gives you some family currency when you complete some run or even attacking other people. But if you have extra time or extra money, you can invest in advanced crew and casinos. So for advanced crew, it is mainly to reduce training costs to train your tier 4 units once you have them, and also to get you additional crew slots for you to send out your crew to rob resources. And for casinos, on the other hand, it will give you more action points and reduce your action recovery so that you're able to attack casinos or even attack scavenger hunt to get resources or get family currencies and etc. Of course, next one on the list are Kingpins, and Kingpins are a very good way for you to get gold, for you to get speed ups. I have another video regarding Kingpins and they give you quite a bit of gold and speed up, so make sure to attack Kingpins. And I would recommend you only attacking level 4 Kingpins and above. In my previous video, I recommended level 3 and above, but currently it is level 4 because from level 4 Kingpins and above, you're able to get blueprints, which will help elevate your enforcer stats. Therefore, level 4 Kingpins is the way to go and above, but I always attack level 5 only. And again, if you have any hell events going on right now, the best Kingpin to attack would be the Velcro and the Merciless Rider, because these two Kingpins are the easiest to kill. You deal more damage to these two Kingpins. And once again, if you have Professor maxed out, when you get your reward for your level 3 hell event reward, you'll be getting 100 family currency, which is a very good deal. Next on the list is enforcers and what enforcers to max out. And honestly, on the list is just to max out all solely developmental enforcers, which is Neo, Unreal, White Dove, Lupo and Blackhawk. So for Lupo and Blackhawk, they are mainly targeting towards Kingpins, which will help you kill Kingpins quicker and use less energy to attain the best crates or to attain the quickest kill rewards that you are able to get. And of course, I cannot forget to mention that robbing is really the easiest way to get resources for free players and low spending players, and I advocate for this. Make sure to always keep sending your lines over to keep robbing resources, and always rob a level 4 resource and above, because you get more resource and the rate of robbing is higher. Also, don't forget to have an equipment set specifically for robbing, so you can either choose to have a robbing speed increase or a crew capacity increase to get resources. So these are the two ways to help you like gain resources much more quicker through robbing. If you are in Governor's War, make sure to rob a level 6 to 7 resource for common resource once it is available to you, or a level 5 to 7 for a diamond. Alright, so that has been a very long list, and from now I'll be purely speaking about family currencies. This is the next step once you reach tier 4. Even if you have not reached tier 4 yet, you're able to collect family currencies and also upgrade your mansion turf in tandem to achieving or getting your tier 4 troops. So these are some of the quick ways that you can gain family currency. So first way is SVIP store, up to 2k currency, and second is the Governance War task, strongest leader or the faction Governance War redeem, up to 2k family currencies. Fourth is the Coalition store, which you can get up to 300 a week. Fifth is Professor events. Only once you max out Professor, which you're able to get 100 family currencies when you reach the highest tier Hell event reward. And of course, lastly, Rise of the Dawn, but this is very costly, very resource intensive, because there will be dead troops, you have to heal wounded troops, but the returns, you really get a lot of good family currencies. Some other ways you can get family currencies is through like freight trucks when you attack or when you send out freight trucks, and also scavenger hunts. And once you reach a certain level of mention star level, I think it's level 6, you unlock family insignias, and you should only exchange family insignias up to 20 times. And if you need a lot of family insignias on the first day of every week, make sure to exchange it 20 times so that you get the best value for the first 20, because you use 20 family currency for 1 to 3 family insignias, and for the next tier 50 family currencies for 2 to 6 family insignias, and from that just use the discount every day for 6 days. And if you are not in need of family insignias, just exchange family insignias daily to get the best rate. And lastly, these are my tips to help you get your tier 4.5 troops quickly, and these are the things that you have to do daily. So the first thing you have to do daily is to date your babe. So of course, the higher the level of your babe, the better resources that you get, and you get a lot of speed ups, you get protection programs, so you get many very good resources that will help aid your game when you date your babes. And the second thing that you should do is for scavenger hunts. Every 8 hours you're able to get 2 different explorations that will give you 4 family currency each. The third thing that you should do is something new called the dark web operations. You can perform this, I think, about 5 times a day, and you're able to get resources and get some like special operations crate, which will give you a lot of gold if you're lucky, and just some resources and speed ups. The next thing that you should do daily is to attack and send your freight trucks. So this is by far one of the best ways I get my resources, especially cash, to train my troops or to just use it for investments. Next one is to exchange smuggler daily, and exchange those that is of 2 stars and above. Even for speed ups, it is a really very worth way to get more speed ups and get more resources. Except if you need a lot of diamonds, you can just pass on the diamond exchange for another resources. But 100% of the time, if it's like when you give diamonds and the smuggler give you diamonds as well, there is a profit to be made, and it's a 100% hit rate so far. So next one is campaign runs. So the best way to perform these campaign runs, if you have maxed out all your free enforcers to grant, is to do these campaign runs on normal mode, because it requires 6 stamina and you get a 10-minute speed up. But for the elite mode, you have to use 12 stamina to get 15-minute speed up. So normal mode gives you better speed ups, so which is why I would recommend you to do the normal mode on the campaign runs. And the next one is to use your casino challenge and sweeps if you have your Governance War specialties at a higher level. So what this does is that it gives you additional action points for you to attack casinos, or even help you sweep casinos at the highest level. Yeah, and as you know, casinos give you pretty decent speed ups, VIP points, and also resources. So highly recommend you to use your Governance War specialties skills, and this can be also used in the city map as mentioned before. And of course, lastly, make sure to perform your diamond quick robs daily, or maybe once every 2 days. The cooldown for this quick rob skill can be quite long. So yes, with this, I have exhausted all my tips on how you can attain your 10-star troops or your tier 4.5 the Grand Mafia troops. And if you enjoyed my video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys again real soon for the next video.